Welcome to our next lecture. In our previous lecture, we have learnt about semantic net, partition semantic net. Fine, we've seen these examples. We have learnt about advantages and disadvantages of semantic net. So here we learn about frames. Now, what was the issue with semantic net? Semantic networks deals with labeled representation. Okay, but when the task get more complex, at that time I require structured representation. Fine. So in order to have the structured representation, I need frames, because frames are responsible for frames provide structural representation. This frames was given by Minsky in the year 1975. Okay, so I can also say that frames is an extension of the previous one. Frames is an extension of semantic net. Semantic net was graphical format. Frame represent the graphical format in more structured fashion. Okay, so whenever I require structured fashion, I go to frame. What do you mean by frame? Frame is the collection of two things. One is slot, the other one is slot value. Okay, it is collection of slot as well as slot value. What is slot? Slot is nothing but attribute. But slot value is nothing but attribute value. Attribute and its value. A slot specify a characteristic of entity which frame represents. Okay, a frame knowledge should be organized into the chunks called as frames. So whatever is our knowledge, we will divide into parts, and those parts are called as frames. And frames is nothing but collection of attribute and values of attributes. We call it attribute as slot. So slot and slot values. These frames clusters relevant information. Okay, so together you can have the group of frames. Clubbing and organizing of the frames forms frame system. Okay, so what is frame system? Number of frames come together and they form frame system. A single frame is generally not useful. Frame system is useful, which is nothing but collection of frames. So let us see what is the structure of frames. As I said, it is collection of attribute and attribute value. So first of all, you should have frame name. Okay, initially what do I have? Name of the frame. Secondly, I have class name to which this particular frame belongs. Class name. Thirdly, after that, you have to write the property values. Okay, so the name of the value and the name of the property and its value. Name of the property and its value. Like that, you can have n number of properties and its values. Properties are also called as attributes. They are also called as slots. So we call it as slots and slot values. Let us see with the help of an example. Okay, so here I have the class. Okay, started with class. The name of the class is Tendulkar. So class name is compulsory. Like about what you're talking. You're talking about Tendulkar. Okay, so I can say it is instance of batsman. Okay, my frame is instance of the class batsman. So there is a class batsman and I have instance of that as Tendulkar, and runs is these three. These three are nothing but attributes, or I can call them as slots, and these three are nothing but slot values. Okay, so in this fashion you describe a frame. Looking at frames further, so in short I can say frame is nothing but semantic network with properties. Okay, in semantic network, attributes were there over the edges, arcs, right? Over here we have actually specified them. So I can say semantic net with property is nothing but frame. Frame represent an entity as a set of slot. So you talk about an entity which is having set of attributes and values associated with that attribute. Here is one more example given. A frame can represent a specific entity, entry, or general concept. Frames are implicitly associated with one another. Okay, they are related to each other implicitly. Okay, because the value of the slot can be another frame. Let us see. Now there are three components of the frame. What are they? We have seen this. A frame name, attribute, and the values. So Tendulkar, what we say in the previous one, was a frame name. Okay, frame name, then attributes and the values. Okay, now see here. This is a frame given to you. Okay, so frame name I have is book frame is the name of the frame. Okay, then my frame is having this as the attributes, or I can call it a slot. So what are the attributes? Title is one attribute, author is the other attribute, year is the other attribute. Okay, and secondly we have written slot filler. Filler means values of this attribute are also called as fillers, or they are called as slot values. Okay, so titles, book is AI, a modern approach. Author is Russell or Norving, and the year is 2003. So what is this? These are also called as filler values or slot values. Okay, so this is the structure of a frame. Fine. So 3 things are compulsory over here: frames, attributes and values of those attributes. Let us see an example. So here we have 3 different frames. Okay. So first frame is class. Okay. Second frame is team, and the third frame is MS baseball team. So 3 frames are listed over here. So here given is a class. Name of the frame is class. Okay. It is instance of some class. Instance of class. It is a class and it is having a property called as cardinality, where in front of cardinality, before cardinality, a star is placed. So all these three are the properties or attributes or slot values for this frame class. Okay. These are the values given for it. Okay. Next, what is the significance of the star? Okay. Star signifies inheritance. Okay. So whatever will be the subclass of this class, okay, whatever will be the subclass of this class, cardinality property will be inherited over there. Okay. This is its meaning. Star is the meaning. That particular property will be inherited below. Okay. So let us see the next frame. Team is the frame. Okay. What is the property attribute with it? Instance of class. It is instance of class. It is a class. It is having some value called as cardinality. So this cardinality has come from here. Okay. And it is having a new variable called as team size. Now this attribute is again having star, so that this star team size will be inherited further. So you can see here team size is over here also. Okay. Next you have MS baseball team. Instance of class. It is a mammal. Okay. Cardinality is 26 and team size is 24, and it is also having manager. Now this manager will be further given to the inherited to the subclass. Now here 26, mammal, 24, what does all these things mean? They are the default value. So you can see somewhere default values are given and somewhere default values are not there. Those are blanks. Okay. So here I introduce one more concept, that a class is a regular class if elements are individual entities. Okay. And there are also meta classes, where special classes whose elements are themselves classes. Okay. So we have a new concept called as meta class. So about meta class, it says that a class is the instance of the other class or subclass of the other class. So I can say this is instance of class. Okay. Team is instance of class. So this is the class, right? So team is instance of this class. So this class inherits the properties from the class of which it is an instance. So all properties are inherited over here. Now which property to inherit? Cardinality. So of course cardinality is inherited over here. A class passes inheritable properties down from superclass to its instances. So this will pass which property? It will pass the property which is having star. Okay. So all those star properties will be given to its subclass. Okay. So you can see default values are added at few places and at few places they are not added. Okay. Here I can say that team is element of this class. Okay. This team is element of this class, or team is the subclass of this class. So this is a superclass, team is a subclass. Okay. Then again regarding this team, this is also the instance, right? Class. So this is also a superclass and this is subclass. Okay. Then team is also the sub. Okay, fine. That is enough. So further, if you have understood this, there are various frame languages. Okay. So KRL, FRL, RLL, these are few listed frame languages. Fine. So in our next video, we are going to learn about conceptual dependency. Thank you for now.